What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dan Banks, aka DJ Fine CEO JT. We are Jersey Magazine and Jersey Diamonds. I'm here with the homie Kiamo.
What's up, baby?
You ready now? My boy Kiamo, aka Sold the American Dream. He was in We Are Jersey Magazine issue July 2018. We're in 2020, so we're just here to catch up with my boy. He's been doing a lot of things. He just had a birthday, so happy belated, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And just a lot of great things he got going on. So stay tuned, pay attention. So my brother Kiamo, man. But first off, we gotta start off with just the name, right? So you were Sold the American Dream. You still are, but you changed your name over to Kiamo. Tell me about the meaning.
Well, it was more or less like my grandfather was named Kiamo. You understand? Yeah. So me changing it into that lane. It was more or less, I kept it in the family. Also, Sold the American Dream was kind of a long name, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unique, but sometimes it gets too long for some people. You know what I'm saying? For people to say it all the time. So I thought Kiamo was more impactful, like Nas, Jay-Z, Kiamo. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent. Like, I want to be in that name. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that stuff for. Almost like a lot of people got their name, you know, for standing something unique, and that's who my grandfather was. My grandfather actually had a bar called Corner of the World. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like it was more structured in the family. I'm the first grandson, you know, so I felt like
a lot of legacy.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to keep the legacy, you know, do it a different way into my way, because what he stood for was real impactful and powerful man that helped the community, make sure a lot of people had Christmas, you know, and we trying to do the same thing in a different way, you know what I'm saying? So
And Mr. Kiamo always providing opportunities. He got his record label, Corner of the World Records, you know what I'm saying? How's that going since the last time we spoke?
Good,
because he signed it that year, like that year he signed up his record. So tell me about the process of how your record label is going for the past, I guess, 2 years since we talked about it.
Good, bro. It's like, you know, distributing my own albums. It's like the best feeling, you know, and actually like recording my own albums. You know, I do my own recordings. I self-produce my own albums, you know, and then we get a heads up with partners helping us. You know, my cousin Daz, Quentin, a lot of the homies, my boy Demeet, Quish, you know, Rev. All of us be helping, my man Flea. So we just all be in tune together. We listen to the album, I create the album, and, you know, we get rolling, distributing it, you know.
I think a lot of people need to know, like, the responsibilities of having your own record label. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Like, obviously it's all the paperwork that goes behind it, you know, the LLC and everything, but like, what is really like some of the, I guess, the problems, or even like some of the extra responsibilities that come along with a record label? Because like, you're an artist, you know what I'm saying, and then now you're saying you're producing and everything, but there's like a whole avenue behind a record label that you got to follow certain criteria, you know, to keep them pushing. So kind of tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's more or less keeping your brand intact. You understand? Like, people don't understand, like, you want it to look cool. You understand? My whole thing was like, yo, we gonna represent each other, but what's better than represent each other under one name? You understand? And then this is how we gonna help people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to steal, rob. You know what I'm saying? All my people's got 100% what they keep. You know, but we under one house. You know, so, and that's the key thing of giving back and helping others. You know, shout out to all the other artists that's from our city, producers from our city. You understand? That we're trying to, you know, if we could find a way to help you or do whatever we can, we're going to do that. You know, whether if that's giving game or you need a program or, yo, you want to work with Quentin, like, money is never going to be the issue. I don't care about, you from my city, we don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? It's love. You need help, we there. You know, every step of the way, because we all grow together, that's going to only make us look more powerful. You know, and that's going to make everything look, the key word is more impactful. That's the whole thing. We want to be impactful with anything we want to do in life. You know, so that's the key thing when I do my albums. Sometimes I'll grab a new artist that nobody ever heard from the city because they're too shy, but I'm going to put you on my album so people can actually see your talent. I don't care if it overshadows me as an artist. Cool, we're going to make the record 10 times better. They're going to keep playing it. If it's just for you, it's for you. You know, but at the end of the day, they're coming back and listening to the album. That's the key thing, making great music. You know, and getting it out there.
And like you said, that goes back to just the whole name Kiamo. And like you said, bringing everybody together, making an impact in the community, and just being very family oriented. This guy's very family oriented. He just had a daughter. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You got clapping in the background. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome. So now tell me what's your drive now even more as an artist pusher? You know I'm gonna ask you, like, anytime you have a child, you bring a child to where you want to be like impactful in a different way, and then your drive, your humbleness becomes like a little bit different. So what impact did that make on you, like from the start of her birth?
Well, the album was supposed to drop yesterday. But then from her birth, I sat in the hospital. I'm like, you know what, yo? We're gonna release a single. We're gonna push the single a couple months before the album drop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we actually really put direction into this album, and like if we missing little things, or we gonna really put our time into this album. You know what I'm saying? And get the right artists on the hooks, on the verses. You know how maybe the first verse should have been on the second verse. You know, so we really it's gonna take bring that other dog, that Mamba mentality. Like Kobe worked. It's crazy I'm using Kobe in the music, but like Kobe found so many ways to get that basket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whether it was the post game, the mid range, the 3-point shot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Should I use my left hand or right hand? We're gonna use the same way with the music. You understand? Like maybe I should have said that line before this line. You understand? Yeah. Because that's gonna make the music more impactful, and that's how we're gonna get our shot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's actually good to point that out. It's a right to revamp your music and take your time and extend that. I think a lot of artists sometimes we rush a lot of things. We rush a lot of things to just get it put out because we want things, be trending during that time of that season. But it's important to also like take your time, reanalyze, move some things around, and it might have a better impact.
Yeah. And Jay-Z said it best. He said, "Yo, I don't care what everybody else time on. I move how I move. If I believe in myself, I believe in my craft. Nobody sounds like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm complete confident with the people I got around me. Ain't nothing gonna stop you. You gotta have that Mike Tyson in you, that Floyd Mayweather. Like I don't care what you do. I'm different. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talented. I'm gifted. Floyd said that best. You could tell like Floyd could take years off boxing and he's still the best boxer. And that's the type of time I'm on with like the music, the art of music. You understand? Yeah, and creating. Like I took time into creating my last album, The American Dream, Rise of Kiamo, putting together these artists. Shout out to the artists, Celeb, my DJ So Real, my cousin Dev produced Bronx Tale, Annie, Bugatti Gates, Hot Boy Moolah. I don't want to forget no names, you know what I'm saying? But these artists that I grabbed on that last album, like I took my time and created something that people probably thought like, yo, when are you dropping? And once it dropped, it made an impact. And that's the key thing, making an impact into this world, man. And changing somebody's life. That's what I'm into, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Doing a lot of great things. The record label pushing, putting out artists, man. That's good.
Yeah, it's not even just the music too, because we use the music to do other things. Like we created a documentary called Dreams for the Kids. You understand? I didn't you didn't see my face once. You know what I'm saying? In this record I got on my album, I said giving dollars to the kids. No need to document that. Like, just because you see me, I'm helping out these kids, I ain't gonna put myself in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? And that's my key thing, like, giving back to the kids, because we lay this blueprint out. By the time they 15, 16, they like, yo,
we can do it ourselves.
We can do it ourselves. And they be like, when I used to see these kids young, they be like, yo, that's big bro. Like, I'm talking about, like, genuine love that you can't be erased, no matter how I don't have to be flawed or nothing. You understand? They still have that genuine love, like, yo, we love you.
The opportunity, that's all you got to do.
You know what I'm saying? And that's saying just talking, man. If you talk to a kid for, give them 30 minutes of your time, they're going to look up to it and they're going to embrace it. You don't know how many people you could shock.
That's a good responsibility to have on your back, too.
Yeah,
just making an impact in the young community, because like you said, they watch us. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we need to realize that our young community is impacted by the moves that we make now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So creating opportunities now will give them the abilities and the entrepreneurship to want to create for themselves later. That's good.
Yeah, that's man.
Dope. I know we're getting deep, y'all.
Yeah, nah, that's
you know what I'm saying? Definitely. Now, let's go back to the music real quick. Don Diva, bro. Just dropped it. That track is fire, bro. That track is fire. Go check it. It's on all streaming platforms. Don Diva, go check it out. And it's also on Notorious Way.
Yes, it's the single off the Notorious Way.
So we're gonna talk about that in a second. So tell me about Don Diva, the creative process behind that track. And why'd you pick that one as a single as opposed to any of the other ones?
Well, one day it was early in the morning. Quentin came and got me, right? So he just sees me with I'm not talking to nobody in the car, me and him in the car. And I didn't even talk to him. I opened, I said, oh, what up? Boom. I got my headphones on. I'm just like this. And he's looking at me. He knows when I'm in that mood. He says, yo, you got something you listening to. I'm like, yo. I look at him. I said, let me connect to your Bluetooth. Right? So I played it for him. And he was just like, what the? You know what I'm saying? And we just knew it was something special. Then I started sending it to a couple DJs. And my main was so real, he calls me right away. And he's like, yo, what the? This is crazy. Then I played it for a couple homies, before, and they were like, yo, this is it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I'm calling it Don Diva because, it reflects that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like you see Diva magazine. Them people were impactful people in whatever they did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the same way to go into Notorious, because when you think of Notorious, you be like, oh, breaking news, Notorious. You know, you think of something like that. I'm thinking like, yo, we gonna do this big, Notorious B.I.G. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna look at, like, when you see the name Kiamo, you see the title Notorious Way, you're gonna think it's impactful.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
So you started with Don Diva to kind of work its way to that impactful album.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna give you that feel from every record on the album. You understand?
Okay. And talk to me about the title of it. Obviously, you old school, baby. He loves everything old school. You know what I'm saying? Like Nas, Lil Kim, Notorious B.I.G., Lauryn Hill, like everybody old school. So now, obviously, that's even more personal for you. Like even more of a vulnerable side, showing the Notorious Way. So now Notorious Kiamo is coming out into that album. So what kind of Kiamo are we looking at for May 15 to drop?
Well, it's gonna be something spectacular. You understand? Like there's certain records, certain lines on this album that will really spark something. You understand that you'll never see most artists tap into that side. You understand? Energy, like it's deep, man.
It's deep.
And like I said, the key word to all of this is impactful, and that's what we try and do. Change more people's lives. You understand? And grow, live and learn. You know, and spark some minds. You understand? I don't have to spark the five. There could be 501 viewers, right? I don't have to spark 500, but it takes that one to spark the next 500. You know what I'm saying? And that's what type of time we on, you know, and just helping and building, knowing whatever people want to do in life. You know what I'm saying?
You heard it here first, man. Kiamo in the building, bro. Tell me how they can book you, follow everything, brother.
You know, you can call my cousin Dez if they booking with us. Whoa, but nah. You know, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, the Notorious Kiamo. My email, KiamoMusic@gmail.com. You know, and we get it rolling from there. You understand? I bring my cousin Dez with me. You know, my man Flea, Quentin Films, all my homies, Bengal Frel, The Meat, Queesh. You know, there's too many of us to name. You know, Nasty Nate.
And everybody in the background.
Everybody in the background. You know what I'm saying? My man Quentin Films. You know, and we growing as a family. Shout out to my cousin too. Crown Royalty, you know what I'm saying? He's a marketing guy to the market. I just added my cousin, he market now.
Oh, see, you making moves, man.
Crown marketing, you know what I'm saying? So we growing from there, man. We try to add little pieces and whatever anybody want to do, you know. I'm there. I'm just there, man. If you want to do anything, you know, I'm there just to help people, whatever you want to do. You understand?
You heard it here first, man. We are Jersey Magazine. Kiamo, again, sold the American Dream. Appreciate him coming through. Stay tuned, y'all.
Love.
Jersey turned up entertainment. Entertainment.